The G7 summit has come to Cornwall, and at Wild we are excited to find out what the world leaders will be deciding about the future and how that will affect young parents and their children in the UK. We want to make sure that young parent families are part of the green recovery from the pandemic and that their children can grow up in a better world where they have an equal right to a good start in life. We know that young parents in the UK have faced more difficulties in their own childhoods than most new parents. They are more likely to have experienced abuse, poverty, family conflict, and mental ill health. Of course, this makes it harder to be a parent. Our Wild mums and dads do a fantastic job, often in challenging circumstances. They want to make sure their babies don't face the same struggles, and we want to help them do this. In the UK, our government has agreed to make sure children have rights that are protected under the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child. To mark the G7 summit, we want to tell you about 7 rights that children should have in our country and why we are worried that this is not happening.
Every child has the right to life.
Babies of young parents have a 56% higher chance of dying in their first year of life and a higher chance of being stillborn.
Every child has the right to the best possible health.
Babies of young parents are more likely to be born prematurely. They are twice as likely to need emergency hospital care for illness and injuries, 3 times as likely to have a mum who smoked antenatally, and is half as likely to be breastfed.
Children are protected from all forms of violence, abuse, neglect, and bad treatment.
30% of women who have children removed are teenagers, and young parent families experience more domestic abuse.
Every child has a right to a standard of living that meets their physical and social needs and supports their development.
When they start school, children of young parents have an average 11 months delay in speech and language skills, and they are 63% more likely to experience long-term poverty.
Children whose parents have separated have the right to stay in contact with both parents unless this can cause them harm.
2/3 of young parents separate in their children's infancy, and many babies do not have contact with their young dads. Young dads are often not involved in plans to keep their children safe.
Governments must provide good quality healthcare, clean water, nutritious food, and a clean environment so that children can stay healthy.
Cornwall is the second poorest area in Northern Europe, with 17 neighbourhoods in the poorest 10% of the UK. We have high fuel poverty, low wages, and the average house price is 12 times the average annual salary. Nearly 30% of Cornwall's children live in poverty. During the first 2 months of the pandemic, 1/3 of our Wild Young families ran out of food or fuel.
Children who have experienced neglect, abuse, or exploitation must receive special support to help them recover their health, dignity, self-respect, and social life.
Young parents in the UK are more likely to have experienced abuse, conflict, poverty, and mental ill health themselves. They don't want their babies to face the same struggles. Young parents want their children to thrive and to have a chance at a healthier, happier, safer future. We need to believe in them and help them achieve this. We ask the world leaders at the G7 summit to plan for a greener, better future that includes our most vulnerable children. We must not leave anyone behind as we rebuild after the pandemic. We want to work with young mums and dads to make sure the rights of their babies are met. They deserve enough to eat, safe family homes, and green neighbourhoods to play in. They deserve to have a better start in life.